Hello everyone, I'm here with a new process video. This is a single page layout for my Portland album, and I do have some extra photos here, so there will be a photo flip on this layout, and I will have to find a background here because I printed this at 3x4 size thinking that I was going to do a different layout than what I have here. Well, of course, then I changed my mind, so now I'll have to work it in on a 4x6, which is fine, because I want a pocket card here. I don't want another photo. So I have to find a background for that smaller photo. I need a card for this pocket, and then I need all the embellishment things. And speaking of that, I have pulled some things already. I really have been wanting to use these. I bought these a while ago. I love the look of them. The only problem is they don't really match. The blues are not the same. I could use the black, and that would probably be fine. I could just mix it up. Maybe I could get away with this since it's black on the bottom. But the rest of these colors really don't go. Now, the alternative is that I don't use them here. I have more neighborhood photos for my Chicago trip, so I could potentially use them for that. So it's not like they won't get used. I just really wanted to use them in this album, but we'll see. I pulled out some other stuff, just some odds and ends here. I thought maybe I could work in this plant because the pot for it is blue, which I've got happening there. And then on this sheet of chipboard stickers, I have a star. I have go out and explore. Enjoying this view doesn't really work, but maybe go out and explore. It was an urban neighborhood, so probably not this one. This is a little bit more geared for the outdoors, but you never know. And then as usual, I have my whole envelope pocket thing here of miscellaneous ephemera stuff. So I'm going to look through all of that. I have to look through cards as well and background papers and all that stuff. But here's what I'm starting with today. I also pulled out a little baggie that I had of different just tabs, label type things in colors I thought might work for this album. And so I've pulled out all the ones I have that would match here. And I forgot I can use gray here. It's a neutral, and there's gray in the cement, in the planters, different things around here, the sidewalks. I might end up going gray even for the card if I could find something that would work. Really, I want some journaling space, but it doesn't have to be specifically here. It could be on this one that's going to be part of the flip, but I need something here, and gray opens up a little bit more possibility. I could also do green, blue, maybe black, we'll see. But I'm just going to go into my stuff and see what I can find that kind of matches this color scheme that you see here. All right, I have found some 3x4 cards that I like, and I ended up finding green, blue, and gray options. I didn't look at black because I figure if I'm going to journal in black, that's probably enough. Plus, I do have labels here, like if I wanted to add something and I had no other option really that spoke to me, I could do that. So I'm staying away from the black, I think. But here are my options. I'll start with green. So I have this one, which is kind of a mix. It's sort of in between some of these greens. I like that it's got a geotag and a plenty of journaling room. So that's certainly a nice option. Then I have this one, which is a much brighter green. I really like that as well. I think it would jump out nicely from those colors. But I also have journaling space. Not as much as this one, certainly, but you know, enough. I think I could make that work. And I love that it says destination, so I could put the name of our neighborhood there. I think that one would be fun. And then I also have this one, much lighter green, but it kind of goes with the leaves on the tree since it was spring. Everything was just blooming, and sort of that early light green happening. So this would definitely work. And once again, lots of journaling room there. Now on this one, basically no journaling room. I moved to the blues here, and this is really the only one I found in blue, but I like it because it's a lot of blue, but it's the right blue. I think it looks good with the houses, with the sky. I like it. And the sentiment is definitely accurate. So happy to be here. And then I could just put in like Alberta Street or something like that because that was the name of our area. So I like that. And then I found two in gray. So this is a gray and white. I do like that it has the little hearts on it because I absolutely loved this neighborhood. I would recommend it to anybody who's going to Portland. And so I wanted to talk a little bit more about how much I enjoyed it. And then this one, I really like the style of it, that it's gray and white. There is a little black, but not a lot. Again, I could just write Alberta Street, our neighborhood. I could find a chipboard piece or a phrase or something that would work in there. I could still embellish up here as well, or I could leave it blank. It gives me options. However, I'm not really going to be able to journal on that other than a little title. So I think I'm not going to decide on these right now since I like them all and I can see myself using all of them. I think I'm going to look for the background for this because maybe that is an easier choice to make and then it will determine what I use up here. I don't know, but I'm willing to give that a try. So I'm going to go into my 4x6 cards and then just some scrap pieces of 4x6 paper I have and see what I come across. In my 4x6 options, I found 4 cards. It was green and blue. I didn't find any gray that I thought would work. But I realized these must come from the same set because it's the same design as the 3x4s, but they're in 4x6s. So obviously I like the color and I like the style. I could cover up half with this without doing anything. It would be fine. This one I'd have to trim down the photo, but I kind of like it. So that wouldn't bother me. I could lose some stuff here. We'll see. And then for the blues, I have this one. I would actually cover up what's over here. I'd have to trim this a little bit for it to fit, but I like that it says this and I would have plenty of room for journaling. And then a similar thing on this one. Wouldn't have to trim the photo down though because it fits nicely the way it is. I could even do this if I wanted to show more white on the end, but it would leave me room for journaling. So now I just have to figure out which one of these is going where. You know, how am I going to use these to make them all work together? I think I've made a decision here. I think for this pocket, I'm going with this one. It gives me lots of room to journal. I probably will cover up that spot where it says number with something because I don't really need that. So I'll find something. And then for this one, I think I'm going to go with this card because I do like that it gives me a lot of white space, which I have a lot here. I feel like having that diagonally from each other will be helpful. And then I also like, when you look at it this way, this green is breaking up a lot of that blue, but then I could also maybe use this somewhere, probably not there, maybe down here because these are just plants here. I could maybe use that there, put a sticker on it, stamp something. I like the balance of that a lot. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is I am going to use this sticker that I looked at before, and I'm going to put it right here. That way it brings in a little bit of the blue. The green isn't too far off, it matches, but I can cover up that word that says number because I don't need that. So if I take it and just go like that, actually overlapping the two, quite nice. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that was easy because the rest of that will pretty much just be journaling. I don't think I would stamp down here or anything, so that's good. Then I have to figure out what to do with this. This word that I was looking at before, go out and explore, pretty much goes end to end. Like, I don't like the look of that, so that's not going to work. But now that I know I'm going to journal here, that'll be in black. I could stamp something in black, find a phrase sticker, something if I wanted to. So I certainly have that option. So I'm keeping that in mind. And then if I could get these going here, this will actually be to the back here. This will be what you see. The flip will be over here. So if I've got something up here when this is open, I probably want something maybe over here as well. And I don't know what that is, but I feel like I'll need something there, maybe in blue because I've got a lot of blue happening elsewhere, but nothing really here. This is where all that gray and green comes in. So I'm certainly setting a challenge for myself, but I think I can do it. I realize that on the front, since I will have gray with black, I could use the black label here, and I already had a piece cut. I don't need a whole one. but I could use this one and kind of go the opposite. Then I can use blue on it. And so I have these puffy stickers from LA Studio, and I think I might just use one of the heart ones. Since I'm talking about how much I loved the neighborhood, I figured that would be appropriate. All right, I have adhered that, and I love the way it looks, and I don't think this needs anything else because I really want the focus to be on this lovely side porch here, and then Mr. Cat right there. I love cats, and I love orange cats, orange striped, orange and white, whatever. I love them probably the most because I had an orange and white cat. She just passed away in April of 2022. It was very hard. She was almost 17, so we had her a long time. But I have a soft spot in my heart for cats, so I have to feature that guy. So that's all we need there. And then I did adhere this as well. This is really done. Doesn't need anything else. So I'm making good progress. And then all I have left really is this. So I have to figure out what am I going to stamp on here. I think I have picked out what I'm going to stamp. I actually went back to a previous layout that I had done. It was one of the first ones in the album, and it was right after we landed, and it was a couple of shots of other houses in the neighborhood. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't reusing anything. So I checked, did I stamp on there? And if so, what did I use? I didn't. It's not a problem. So I pulled out this stamp set, and look at this. It says exploring the neighborhood. How perfect is that? I think it'll fit. Oh, barely, but I can do it. I did my stamping and it came out perfectly. I already have adhesive on there. So now all I have to do is just attach it down here. I think right about there is good. I left room so I could put a staple in there. I really love this house. I love the design of it here and the color and the window, everything. I like sort of unique architecture, and this definitely fits the bill. But I digress. So now everything is done here with the exception of adding the pocket on there. So I will quickly do that, and then hopefully this one is done. Well, I lied. I realized, oh, I actually have 2 spots for journaling now, and I don't need 2 spots. So I'm going to stamp in there. Same set that I used the other one. There it is. But I think I'm going to use this one that says love this neighborhood, because the other one says exploring the neighborhood. I think I can get away with using that one, and I kind of like that it's circular. It's a little bit different shape than we see in a lot of stuff here, but it does imitate the curve here and here, so I think it'll work out okay. I did my stamping. It came out very well. So now that's done, and I have put everything in the pocket that needs to be in there. And this flip is just from Simple Stories. So all I have to do is remove the adhesive and attach it where I want it. So I just try to line it up as best I can to the other photos and press. And then because that covers up the holes that are in the page protector, I just take my crocodile tool and I punch through them again and make my own holes with that, and then that works out fine. So here's what it looks like when it's flat in the album. Here's what it looks like with the flip open. I'm super happy with this. I love how this color scheme turned out, and I love the cards I ended up going with. So I'm so pleased with this one. And here's another one done for Portland. Thanks for watching.